Welcome to the Nebraska Land Bank podcast. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Ty.
We're here to prove that finance and fun can go hand in hand.
Join us as we spotlight community growth, finance, sports, community events, and maybe even a great food find.
We're always community-minded.
Every voice,
every topic,
every time.
So turn the volume up, settle in, and let's talk Nebraska Land. Welcome back to the Nebraska Land Bank podcast, where we shine a light on local businesses in our community. Today, it's our pleasure to host Jeff and Shae Caldwell, the entrepreneurial duo behind Pizza Ranch in downtown North Platte. While Jeff and Shae are no strangers to business, getting a restaurant off the ground is a new challenge. We appreciate your time. Jeff and Shae, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having us. I'm so excited to be back. I've missed you guys. There's nights that I'm working really late and I'm like, oh, I can listen to the podcast. A new one came out. So I've really been missing you guys. I'm excited that you're back.
Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's nice of you guys to be back.
Yeah, thank you for joining us again. Okay, so we're starting this episode with an icebreaker question. We're going to start with Shae today. What are your go-to pizza toppings?
Oh, I'm going to get a lot of flack for this one. My go-to pizza topping is pineapple. I love just pile on the pineapple. I don't even need the Canadian bacon with it, just the pineapple.
I like pineapple too.
Yeah.
Not just pineapple, but.
Yeah. But for some reason, people are like, pineapple doesn't belong on a pizza.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it's so good.
I actually love pepperoni, pineapple, jalapenos, and red pepper flakes. Or like any pizza I eat, it has to have red pepper flakes.
Oh, see, no. I don't do spicy.
Yeah, you don't do spicy.
No, you had me till that part.
How about you, Jeff?
I'm with you pretty much. I like the sausage, different varieties of sausage. Hamburger, of course. We're in Nebraska, so we got to have that beef. But the meat and then a little spice with a jalapeno, perfect.
Ty?
Okay, for me, anything related to the chicken wings. So buffalo sauce.
On your pizza?
Chicken, yeah, blue cheese. Anything. Now, pepperoni pizza would be my go-to, just of basic pizzas, but if they have a buffalo wing tasting pizza, then that'd be my go-to.
I'm definitely a traditional, like, red sauce pizza person. I will say that pizza's like my favorite meal.
Really?
Pizza.
Yeah.
I could eat it every meal. I could eat it all the time. I don't, obviously, because I can't. But when I heard that you were bringing Pizza Ranch, I was really excited because I love pizza.
Well, good. You'll probably be our best customer.
I will. Can you tell us a little bit about how Pizza Ranch came to be?
Fire away. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, when we ride our bike together, we are always talking ideas, like what would be great for North Platte. And when it comes to downtown, what could draw really good to the downtown? And our experience on our bike's been fantastic because we were riding through Ragbri one year, which led us to a pizza ranch. Well, the pizza ranch fed our family quick, easy, and we had a blast. Well, next thing you know, we are bringing 20, 30 of our Ragbri friends to a pizza ranch.
You might have to explain what Ragbri is.
Ragbri is the ride across Iowa, and we do it every week or every year for a week ride from the Missouri to the Mississippi, and Pizza Ranch is what we look forward to. Something quick, easy, fun, affordable, and honestly, I know everybody calls the Pizza Ranch, but really it has fantastic chicken. So I'm all about the salad bar, which is one of the best. The chicken is out of this world, and the pizza is just topping on the cake. It's perfect. So it's a good fix, but Ragbri is where we first found it in Iowa. It's based and started out of Iowa, and from there, it's just a big spot we hit with family get-togethers and after church and things like that when we're visiting places. So that's why we're really excited about it for here in North Platte.
We knew it'd be a great fit for North Platte. We're doing something a little bit different with our Pizza Ranch. So typically they're on the smaller side. Ours is going to be really big just because we knew there was a need for meeting space and birthday parties. So we'll have 5 meeting rooms in our Pizza Ranch. It'll be around 10,000 square feet. We're going to have an over 2,000 square foot game room. So it really is just going to meet the needs of family. The really cool thing about it is how many times do you go to a restaurant where there's a game room and your kids are tugging on you like, come on, let's go play games. We'll have closed circuit televisions with the game room feed on those televisions, so you can still sit at the table and visit with the other adults and keep an eye on your kids without having to actually be in the game room with them.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's
so
very exciting.
We tried to think of all the things that people would want. So
is Pizza Ranch a franchise?
It is.
So do you have to go through, do they have like rules, or did you have to like get permission to do those kinds of customizations?
Yeah, they have, of course they want Pizza Ranches to be standard across the United States so that, that brand recognition, but they really have been accommodating. So any request we've had, they've been more than accommodating with us. They have a decor package that they like you to stick to, but they're going to allow us to decorate one of the community rooms how we want to. So, of course, we'll probably do more of the canteen and depot theme in that room. So, yeah, there's just such a great faith-based company. They're just with you every step of the way. And I don't think we could have done it without all of their help and without all of your guys' help. Like, it's been an amazing experience, although a scary one.
So we got to go back to this game room for a minute. You caught my attention with the game room. You got to remember, as you guys grew up in the W.C. Franks is an era of North Platte, and along with others. So talk to us about this game room.
Well, it's about 2,200 square feet. It'll be your typical game room for kids as far as having, the bright lights and the tickets and all that, and the redemption counter and all that fun kind of stuff. But we're also going to incorporate some games that'll be fun for the adults. So it'll just be a really fun, open area. We'll change out the games quite frequently. And we're already, because, Jeff, he just can't sit still and let something happen. He's already talking expansion with bigger and better things in that game room and possibly expanding over into more of the available space of the Alco building.
I mean, like video games or like skee ball type games or
both?
What? Okay, so kind of a variety of video and non-video games.
Yeah, claw games, some virtual reality games.
Yeah, we found in Maryland. We found this air hockey game. We actually have them running all over trying to find it for us, but if we can get it, it's one that you'll want to come back and play again.
Yeah, don't give it away. It has to be a surprise.
It's a fun one. So anyways, just things like that, because we still want to take care of us when the kids are in there playing. The parents may want to play, or you may want to play with your kids. So I know there's a variety of games out there, and we're trying not to match up the same as others. We want to be a little bit different, but we want it to be where we can go have fun too.
Yeah, what will the hours be?
That's to be determined, just because I think we'll play with it for a little bit and kind of see what the needs of the community are. I think in the summertime, we'll definitely stay open later because people are playing ball games, late into the night. So we may be open until 10 or 11 at night. I think to start, we will definitely be open 7 days a week. Monday nights will be our community impact nights. So any team or school or organization that wants to have a fundraiser, those will typically happen on Mondays. We'll give a portion back of our sales that night to that organization, and they can come in and help clean tables and help, kind of monitor the game room and be little employees for the day. So Sunday will be a big church crowd day. For lunch, because everyone right after lunch, the whole conversation, where do you want to go? Well, this is a place where you can go. And Jeff said he loves the chicken and the salad bar, but for me, it's all about the dessert bar. I love their cactus bread. If you're not familiar with the cactus bread, it is a dessert pizza, and I like to put ice cream on top of it, and yeah, it's so good. So good.
Like
so, yeah, so I think to start, we'll be open 7 days a week. But as far as those hours go, we're just going to play it by ear and see what the community needs are. For sure, we'll be open over that lunch hour. So people who are downtown can just walk in, grab their food, and make it back to work on time. Even if you have to drive there, it's not that far of a drive. Plenty of parking. Just the exciting thing is it's really going to change the look of the area too. So the exterior of Alco, if you've driven by lately, you can see it's really undergone some major changes in the last few months.
So one of my coworkers, JD Race, was in West Point earlier in his career, and he's joined us recently from Kearney. And we got to remember, he works with cattle producers all the time, so he's a big beef guy, but he raves about their chicken. I mean, so is it like a fried chicken, a grilled chicken, or tell us about the chicken offering, because I'm not as familiar with it.
Fire away. I think we have boilers, so it's a baked chicken. So it's
it's fried.
It's
baked and fried.
Yeah, it's got a hard crunch, good crunch crust to it.
There you go.
And it is it's like almost a secret. But we have boilers with it, so it's a really cool deal. It's an awesome process. We've actually both been to training with it, and it's really exciting to actually see how it's done and be able to taste. When you learn how to do it, it'll show you the timing and what's too much and what's too little.
There's definitely a science to it.
There's definitely, and that's why it's fantastic to have the franchise, because they've already learned all those tricks that bypass us having those hard times, and they'll be coming in, setting up, and training our management how to run and send them to school on that. So we're real excited about it.
I was just going to say, you guys are busy. You do. You've got your hand. You're doing a lot. So how much oversight or involvement will you have, like, on the day-to-day with this business?
I think just like with any of the businesses we do, we're very hands-on. We're very involved. The nice thing about this restaurant is that we will have general managers, assistant GMs, kitchen managers, guest service managers. So they'll take over a lot of the day-to-day responsibility. We'll still be there overseeing, checking on things. I'll handle the financials. But really, we'll still be there and very hands-on, but we have a great management team who's going to handle the day-to-day. So we are excited about that. It'll be a really fun place to work. It'll be a fun place to eat. And that's the environment we want. We want it to be fun. We want it to be clean. We want to put out a good product. We want to still have that customer service experience that people have come to know about Whitetail. And that's very important to us. So yes, we are incredibly busy. I hate that word. And so I like to say we're optimized. Because, everybody's busy in life right now. So our schedule's optimized. But this is one of those things that we felt comfortable adding to our plate just because we have such a great management team in place.
Will you guys offer jobs to students, high school and college students?
100%. And that's the nice thing about the hours is that, being open later, they'll be able to come in after school and get some pretty good hours in. I'm excited about, celebrating those kids, celebrating their accomplishments, celebrating their birthdays, just teaching them schedules and how to interact with adults and how to interact with other people. Oftentimes, they're so immersed in their phones that they just don't have those interpersonal skills. And, they're not used to talking to adults. And so teaching them those life lessons and getting them prepared for whatever job they may have in the future. And who knows, some of them may stay and work their way up the ladder and become management. A lot of managers in the Pizza Ranch franchise have gone on to be owners and open their own restaurants. So there's definitely room for advancement. But yeah, we'll hire all ages. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can work so many hours if you're 14 and 15. But then, yeah, we'll have those 16-year-olds on up all the way up to adults. I mean, we'll need somebody during that lunch rush. So while kids are in school.
The best part is the phone is ringing off the hook now. People wanting to know when they can start or when we are starting to hire. So that is huge off our mind, on that part.
Yeah.
Being able to fill those spots.
It seems like a really appealing job for students, and knowing that you're also going to have management full-time positions too, but in the part-time sense, it just seems like a great fit for students and the skills they're going to learn. I'm sure there will be people we hire in the future here for customer service positions that you guys will have helped train along the way, and maybe vice versa too.
Which I mean,
it is.
Everything that we have done has been based around partnerships, whether it's a partnership with you guys as our lender and giving us advice, or, our experience with downtown and that partnership with the city or with Visit North Platte. So kind of everything we do is just based on partnerships. And if there's anything that we can do to further this community and build up future leaders for this community, we're all about it.
Then the small businesses downtown, we love them all down there. I mean, there's not anybody we wouldn't help down there if they asked for it, but to bring smiles to their faces when you go by and wave and say hi, they're all doing the same now. So it's turned into a positive downtown, which has been our goal.
It's a camaraderie rather than a competition.
Yeah. We all work together now really well. So
yeah, we continue to see that collaboration is really the key to launching new businesses in this community, and it's so exciting. If I was a retailer in the downtown, or if I was the ice cream shop or others, I would be pretty excited about a Pizza Ranch coming into our downtown. And we're talking major traffic draw, right?
Major traffic draw, yeah. So now we've got 2 big anchors again. So, Ace won't have to do all the heavy lifting anymore.
Yeah.
We'll be able to help out. But yeah, it's one of those huge draws that, when it's going to bring them downtown. And it's just amazing to me how many people still are not aware of the things that are downtown and available to them, just because they're not used to heading north. They're used to going south. And so the more people that we can get to go north and explore downtown and see what there is to offer, it amazes me. How many people are not aware of all the cool things that are downtown right now.
There's a lot of restaurant life down there. And if we can start parking and walking to the different restaurants down there and enjoy the nightlife, listen to the music, watch what's on the video screen next, get your ice cream. We have events almost every week now, which is through the roof amazing for North Platte, because we've dreamed about it. And I know we've had a great group and great base of people down there that we're all dreaming together, but we're making it happen. And that's what makes it special. So
a couple fireworks shows downtown this year, a while back at the school pep rally homecoming parade. Nothing like seeing some fireworks downtown.
Car shows, we have fireworks. And
that parking lot was full of people, just full of people for homecoming, and that was exciting. So we want to keep doing that. I joked that I wanted to climb up on top of the building and take a picture of all the people and say, "Oh, they're waiting for the grand opening of Pizza Ranch."
There you go. So tell me about some of the challenges, the unique challenges that come along with the restaurant business or startup.
Well, the biggest challenge, we've been working on this for over 3 years now. So when, Jeff's he's the big dreamer. I'm the realist. He's the dreamer. And so when he came into my office and he had that giddy look on his face, I was like, oh no, what now? And he said, I have the perfect idea. Let's open a Pizza Ranch in the old Alco building. It's like, all right. He goes, you know who to call, right? I'm like, yep. And he said, let's ask him if we can buy it. All right. So we just asked. And next thing you know, it was the Noddle Group. And we did a little bit of negotiating. And next thing you know, they sold us the whole entire plaza and that strip mall. And so we were finally able to get that into local ownership. So really the whole thing that started that was Jeff saying, let's put a Pizza Ranch in there. So that was September of 2020 is when we closed on that. And of course, with COVID and everything else, and it's primarily a buffet restaurant, that idea came to a screeching halt. And so in that amount of time, we lost our general contractor. So we had to find a new general contractor. So we were basically starting from scratch. I think we did that 2 or 3 times. We had to start over. It's very important for us to stay local. And so when everything started hopping again, all the local contractors were pretty much busy with other projects. So we did have to go with a contractor from Kearney, which is semi-local, but they were very committed to using local subs. So the plumbing, the heating and air, so that stuff's all local. So the biggest challenge, I think, was having to stop and start over a bunch of times. And then when we did start over, those prices from when we originally started, did they almost double, maybe even come close to tripling from the time that we had started this whole process. So that was a challenge. Ty was very good at being creative and being able to shift some things around to make the financing work for us. But other than that, I think everything's been pretty darn smooth since then.
The city's worked really good with us too. We got the fire department, things like that. If we have any questions, it's the best part of living in a small town. All you got to do is give them a call and they'll be there in a second just to give you a rough idea and lead us down the right way. So some of those big hiccups they were able to fix and figure out for us to help us all out. So
I think the other challenging part too is just like you said, we have so many other businesses and so many other things that we have to pay attention to as well. So then when something needs to be done for Pizza Ranch, or I need to make calls or line things up, sometimes it doesn't happen right away like I would like it to. So if I could clone myself, that'd be great.
Our last episode, we had the owners of Clean Can Company, and I mentioned a common thread that I see with a lot of our business owners is just their desire to serve the community of North Platte. And you've made comments even today that kind of echo that. The other common thread that I see is you have an idea and you just follow through and you do it. And that just amazes me, the courage that takes to execute and follow through with an idea. So I just commend you on that, because I'm sure not having any experience in the restaurant industry that's going to present some challenges, I'm sure, as you continue to move forward. So how are you planning to kind of learn this new industry and train yourselves and your management staff?
Well, here's the deal. I don't cook. So we eat out a lot. And so being in restaurants, we know how we like to be treated and how we like things to be. And so I think that's where we're going to put our focus is how would we like to be treated and what do we want to, what is the atmosphere that we like the best? As far as the ordering and knowing, how many pizzas to have on hand and how many to have ready to go. And I think we'll just kind of have to learn as we go. It's another great thing about Pizza Ranch, their training program. They send tons of people to help us that first couple weeks, and then they slowly phase them out. So 2 or 3 may leave, and 2 or 3 more may leave, and 2 or 3 more may leave, but they don't leave us until we're ready for them to leave us. So the training part of it is just, really, if you've never been in the restaurant industry before, I just feel 100% confident that they're going to make sure that we're experts by the time that they're ready to hand us the whole thing and say, here you go.
I would agree. I've grew up with it. My mom cooked for a long time. I've had family members that have cooked, but not a franchise like this. So the franchise, it has some scary issues thinking about it a little, but also the exciting outweighs the scary. So, and we're hard workers. It is what it is. The demand of time, that's why we'll have a good management and watch how that works. And if it doesn't work on that part, we'll just have to change it and make changes. But we're ready for it, and we're excited for it, and we're excited for North Platte as well.
And that's just
it.
We love our community. We love where we live, and we want to make it a better place for everybody. So this is just another step in that direction. I don't think that we are capable of letting something fail. We'll work our tushies off if we have to. But, like you said, we can pivot. If something we're doing isn't working, we can definitely pivot and we'll make it work.
And we're listening. If people have advice, then we'll listen. That's the most important thing. Listen. And then, you know what? I always tell people now, it is okay to say, hi, how's your day? In fact, it's good to say I love you half the time. You know what I'm saying? To people, like, life's too short. We've had a lot of things happen here in the last 2 years. Death has hit us way, way, way too close. So our outlook is really changed, and there is a lot of people we love. We love the passion that people are putting into this community. And if you try to love North Platte, there's good things that are going to happen. If you're one of those that are like, North Platte, beep, 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 I'm sorry. We're going to try to make it good for you still, but just try.
And just a warning to all those on Facebook who are already being negative about Pizza Ranch, I'm keeping a list of your names, and you're not going to be welcome in the front door. I'm just kidding. You'll be welcome, and we're going to show you the best time you've ever had, and you're going to regret saying those words.
See, the good news is I don't even know if I'd know how to find the negativity on Facebook if I wanted to go find it. So it's nice to be so bad at technology that I don't even run into all of it.
Well, it's amazing how many people, they'll screenshot it and send it to me. Like, did you see this person said that? Well, now I did. Thank you. Right. Yeah. Yep.
But I think that ties back to, we continue to see this shift in North Platte, and the things that that it's really fun to work here at Nebraska Land Bank, because what I'm seeing is I'm seeing people in all of our age generation investing in this town, not just with money, but with time and energy. I see people collaborating together to make things happen. I see people taking risks. I see people being creative and also using resources like franchises like Pizza Ranch, who, by the way, in my minimal interactions with them, I will tell the world that I don't know if I've ever seen the level of support. And so I think that you guys have great support. But I think our market's going to love this. There's a little bit of a hole in our market, and you guys know this community, and I think it's just going to be a great fit.
Absolutely. We're really excited about it. And I love the entrepreneurial spirit that I see coming out of all ages. I mean, young on up to 50s and 60s. And it's just amazing to me. You know, Piper started her skate shop when she was 13. She started her shoe store and getting ready to remodel a new location for that. Our son, before he passed unexpectedly, was going to open a drone store, and because he made all of his own drones, and so he was going to make them for consumption. So people who had different needs for those, he was going to build a race park so that he could have drone races. So just that, and he was very passionate. The things that we do, we try to keep in mind what is going to bring the youth of our community back. They're going to go off to college. What is going to bring them back? And so that's the kind of community that we're after. And Tanner was very passionate about coming back. He moved to California and ended up back here because he saw the hard work that we were putting into it and what a great community it was. We hope that when Piper spreads her wings that she comes back too. So that's the goal. And I'm seeing it. I'm actually seeing these kids, these young adults, come back and either open their own businesses or thrive in whatever position that they're in. And it's just so exciting.
Well, honestly, I think you, Jeff and Shae, do a lot in the community to inspire others, whether it's through the things that you do through your business, your hard work, the ways that you serve the community, through all of the different various activities that you're a part of. So truly, you guys are just amazing. And so this community is just very blessed to have you.
Well, it's what we love. And we're blessed to have this community and work with the people that we work with in all of the organizations that we're involved in. And a lot of times I say to myself, would we be this successful if we tried this anywhere else? And I think with Jeff living here and growing up here and, you know, me being here the last 20 years, 25 years, I lost track. It's just amazing to me how blessed we are. And I don't think maybe we would be this successful, but it really is the community who supports us and gives us the big pat on the shoulder when we need it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a few nuts and bolts questions just so that people might be wondering. Okay, if I've never been to a Pizza Ranch, is it expensive? Does it cost much to go there? How does it compare to other restaurants?
I can guarantee you I won't name other restaurants that we might stop at that are way more. For the money, it's perfect.
Well, and a lot of times people think, oh, I don't want to go to a buffet because I'm just going to get what's left over on it. And that is not the way Pizza Ranch operates. So if you come in and there's a particular pizza that is your favorite, buffalo chicken pizza, and it's not on the buffet, it's called Buffet Your Way. And so you can actually request the pizza that you want. When it's done, they'll bring it over to your table, scoop you up a few pieces and put it on the buffet table. So it's always fresh, it's always hot, it's always ready to go. It's not the icky cold leftovers. And so that's definitely a positive. That's definitely value for the money that you're paying.
That, and also I do this on the other end where when I go to Pizza Ranch, I'll go and get a tub and you can get it to go. And that price is under $10. To be able to have a meal, a salad, and a piece of chicken to go you'll spend more money at a gas station just for a couple things.
Well, that tied into my next kind of nuts and bolts question is, okay, if I'm calorie counting and in a very health conscious week, do they have an offering for that as well?
Yes. So it's basically pizza toppings in a boat instead of on crust. So that's your pizza offering. The chicken, you can pull the skin off of it if you want to save you some calories there. The salad bar is phenomenal. There's tons of vegetables. With the chicken bar, that buffet area has mashed potatoes and corn and green beans. So it's not just chicken.
And pasta.
Yep, there's pasta. So there's something for everyone. They also have gluten-free crust. So if you're dealing with celiac or whatever kind of allergies you may have, they try to meet those needs. The really cool thing too is if they have a special kitchen at Pizza Ranch Corporate. So let's say North Platte High School, on the days that they have pizzas and they want to offer Pizza Ranch pizzas, we can get all their nutritional values that they have to have in those pizzas. We send that to corporate. They formulate a recipe that they then send to us to meet all those nutritional values. So I'm telling you, just like you said, Ty, they are so amazing and supportive as a franchise.
Okay, last nuts and bolts question. If I want to have a Coors Light or a craft beer or something of that nature with my pizza, does Pizza Ranch sell alcoholic beverages?
Not typically. So that's another one of those things that we're going to do that's a little bit different than the other Pizza Ranches. So we will probably start with a cooler and some bottled beer and see how that goes, and then maybe expand into some drafts and go from there. We haven't quite explored everything that we're going to do yet with alcohol. It's very important to us that this is a family-friendly place. So it's not going to be a bar, like a typical bar, but I think we will have some alcohol offerings because, you know, what goes good with pizza, beer.
Right. Mm-hmm. So family-friendly first and may have an alcohol offering, but not, the business isn't necessarily centered around that as a primary revenue. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. That'll
That
just
makes
be a
lot of
bonus.
sense.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's great. Does Pizza Ranch deliver?
They will deliver. We're working on a couple things right now, vehicle-wise, and we'll have pickup also. So
There's
we'll
a
have
special door. There's a delivery
two
door
doors,
and
yep.
a carry-out door,
Nice.
as well as so you don't have to walk into the main door. There may be a crowd of people standing there. You have your own special door if you're doing carry-out.
Love that.
So people drive by and look and see if you can tell where the carry-out door is.
the windows and stuff that they're getting ready to add in there right now. It's going to be really neat to see the downtown from a different perspective. So
He's a windows person.
I know.
He'll make them move tables if he's not sitting by a window. He's all about the windows.
Windows make a business, in my opinion. I mean,
Right.
when you look at our
Yep.
downtown buildings, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, a lot of exciting things happening.
Absolutely. Okay, Ty, let's seg into our Asking for a Friend segment. When my bank notifies me that my debit card has been compromised, what does that really mean and how can I prevent it from happening?
Okay, so let's say I want to address a couple different situations. Let's say that here at Nebraska Land Bank, we call or email or write you a letter that says your card has been compromised. What that generally means is that there was some kind of a retailer or online business compromise, and believe it or not, when those get discovered, the banks do get information about who is caught. So like one that was pretty prominent, I don't mean to pick on a particular business because it's happened to a number of them, but like Home Depot a couple years ago had a major thing. And so as a bank, as those things develop and get investigated, we will learn about that, and so we will notify customers of that. We will then also provide advice as requested or with answer any questions on, well, should I shut down a card? Should I get a new card? You know, what should I do? So I guess just a few things to think about. Whenever you're talking about things like fraud, I mean, what that really means is that I used my card at, say, for example, a Home Depot. That file got hacked by somebody, and somebody has my debit card number. Now, I don't know if they have my whole number. I don't know if they have the expiration date, the 3-number code on the back. You know, you don't always know what they have or they don't have. We're always happy to change your debit card out to a different number, and then you don't have to worry about it. But the other side is alerts. I am a huge believer in alerts. You can set up in online banking or in your app, in the phone app, alerts that, okay, if I do any transaction on my debit card, it shoots me a text or an email. Or if it's over $50 or over $100 or whatever you want it to be, you can fine-tune those parameters to where it allows you to kind of monitor the activity on your debit card without actually having to go in online banking and look at it once or twice a day. And so, in my opinion, alerts are probably the number one thing to do. But don't be afraid to change those debit card numbers out every now and then. We're happy to print people a new debit card. We do it right on site. You even get to pick your design. And we're happy to freshen people's debit cards with a new number periodically for them, just so they have that peace of mind. So, I don't know. Do you guys have any feedback on that? I know you certainly take debit cards in your businesses.
We do, and it's important to reconcile your account, at the end of the month. But sometimes I don't always get to it right away, and so those alerts are so important. As we were sitting here recording this, my phone kept going off because I was getting alerts. So, because I have it tied to Piper's account and our accounts. And so I know where our money is being spent. And if I see something that looks a little bit suspicious, I call in and it gets taken care of right away. So it's really important to set up those alerts. And I titled mine because, it's just those weird numbers. So I titled mine card not present, because that's what it'll mostly say, that, $10.75 was spent at Runza and your card was not present. Well, that's because we use the Runza app. And so when you use the Runza app that's tied to your card, it doesn't think the card is actually present since they're not running it. And so that's always something really important to keep an eye on.
Yeah. I had a couple in my office yesterday, and they mentioned that they had received a text message and then a phone call from presumably their bank. Even the caller ID said it was from their bank, called saying that there was fraud, requesting information, and the couple gave this caller information and then kind of had this intuition that something wasn't right, called their bank, and it was in fact fraud. So they then had to shut down their card and do some things to prevent further theft. And so just a reminder that your bank will never ask you for your PIN, your debit card, your account number. They'll never call you and ask you for any of those details, so never give out that information.
Yeah, let's just reiterate that. So if you're being contacted by us, we're not going to be asking for that stuff. And if you're ever uncomfortable with a contact, and it's certainly fine, let's say that we call one of our customers and you don't recognize the person calling, well, just hang up the phone and then just call our bank number back that is us, and then just say, hey, I think I got a call from your bank. Believe it or not, one thing that I love about this bank and our size of operation is if we have somebody call us back, we still internally communicate and say, hey, so-and-so got a call from our bank, missed it, and is returning that call. And we watch for those contacts, and we will respond to them very quickly. So
it's hard.
We still have people answering the phone.
Sometimes you're just so trusting.
Yeah.
And, because we are in a small community. And so when you do get that phone call, you think it's legitimate. And so you start to give those answers, and then all of a sudden something hits, like that couple that, I don't think my bank really would be asking me these questions. So, as much as we trust the people that we bank with, that's great advice. Just hang up and call back.
Yeah.
Or drop in any of our locations. At all of our locations in North Platte and our location in Kearney, our staff is anxious to help you in person too. And we're always going to have facilities, even though a lot of banking today happens on your phone or on your laptop or on your tablet. But don't forget, we still have people here too.
That's the great part of being local like that.
Yeah, our Pizza Ranch franchise, they were really shocked that our bank was local and that they would take such a risk on something like this with us. And so building that relationship, again, it's all back to relationships. And, I don't think I could have walked in the door to some random bank and been like, hey, can I borrow X amount of dollars? So it's part of that building that relationship. But they were shocked that we were working with a local bank. So kudos to you guys.
Gosh, thank you.
Okay, so back to pizza, my favorite topic.
Dessert.
Yeah. What are some of the pizza offerings? Like weird pizzas like buffalo, whatever Ty's favorite was.
Real quick, with
That's
the
not
buffalo
weird.
pizza, do you put blue cheese on it?
I mean, you can. The key is having the wing sauce on the pizza. That's the
Instead
key.
of the regular sauce, you put the...
Yeah, I think that's the key. And probably the chicken too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the blue cheese is a nice touch, but
And I love pickle pizza.
Yeah, pickle pizza's good.
Yeah, and that's typically like a ranch base.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have the standard pizzas that everybody's come to know and love. And then they always have a special quarterly pizza as well as a salad. So in the summertime, it might be like a cranberry salad or, the craisins. They'll in some like a special vinaigrette kind of thing. So they always have those two specialty items, and then they'll always have a specialty dessert each quarter. So there's always the standards, and then there's the fun extra ones that you only get that quarter. So if you love it, you have to come in and get it as much as you can, because then it goes away and a new one shows up. Sometimes those specialty pizzas end up staying on the regular menu because they are just such a popular hit. And they do take ideas from the community too. So if you have a crazy idea for a buffalo pizza, we'll send it to Pizza Ranch and say, hey, can we have permission to make this one this quarter?
Nice.
The good thing too about the salad bar is at lunchtime, a lot of times you may not want to just pile on the food, but if you can get a good salad, they do offer soups at times.
Oh, nice.
So if you can get a soup and a salad, most of the time that's pretty much all you really need at lunch. But I know you're going to feel like the first couple of times I got to get my money's worth, so I'm just going to keep piling and feel miserable. But it'll be good.
No,
the dessert will be good afterwards.
I'm a huge salad bar fan.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I remember as a kid growing up here in North Platte, we had a lot of those offerings. I know we just have one or two in the market today. And to me, that's a great lunch. And you, in addition to the fun zone, I want to go back to, you said you're going to have meeting rooms, right? So if like our loan team at the bank needed to have a lunch meeting, we could potentially come over to Pizza Ranch.
Exactly. And those 5 meeting rooms can then be narrowed down. So there's going to be 3 on one side of the restaurant and 2 on the other side. So the one that has 2, it can be 1 or 2. The one that has 3 can be 1, 2, or 3, just depending on the size you need. But how often do you go to a lunch meeting and you order something and either it doesn't come out and the meeting's already over, or they come out and they're yelling in the middle of the meeting, who ordered this, who ordered that? Like, it's frustrating. So this is a great place where you can just go, grab your food, sit down, and you're ready to have your meeting. And then, you can have some more when you're done with your meeting. So it's just kind of it's for meetings, it's for parties, it's for our oldest adopted daughter. She was really mad that we didn't have Pizza Ranch when she got married, because that's what she wanted for her wedding. So you never know. I mean, because we'll do catering as well. So we're going to have catering.
Nice.
So there's going to be a lot of fun things like that.
If you have a big family too, and you're coming in, all you got to do is let us know, and you'll have your own spot set up. So that way you can keep track of your stuff there. And
I've never really paid
enjoy.
attention in the past, but everywhere we've been going lately, I've been counting the seats. The most I've counted as few as 30, and I've counted as many as 100. We're going to have seating for over 250 people.
Wow.
Yes. So don't worry about it. If you see a lot of cars in the parking lot, it's okay. We probably still have room for you.
Nice. That's great.
Oh, the youth sports team and
Yeah.
concept. I mean,
Yeah.
that's...
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for the chaos and the noise and talking about their championship and just hearing all of that. I'm really excited about that.
This gives another option for North Platte. And North Platte really does. I mean, if you think about it, these last few years, we really do have good restaurants to eat in town, and we're getting better, and there are a lot of good pizza places in town. This is just one that just has a little bit of everything. You can't eat it every day. I can try, but it's going to be nice to have those options, and we're just happy, like I said, have a place for all family get-togethers, ball teams, family reunions, places to go after church, just places to talk, see people, and say hi.
Yep. Yeah. And if you need if you have a slideshow or whatever, a PowerPoint, we'll have the capabilities to hook you up with all of that too.
That's great.
Well, Jeff and Shae, I know that your schedules are optimized, so thank you very much for taking the time with us this afternoon. Is there anything else you want to tell our listeners before we leave today?
Take the leap of faith. If you have an idea, just go for it. Honestly, just jump off the cliff and build the airplane as you're falling, because you'll get it built and you will soar. So just take that risk. That's what we did. And if we can do it, anybody can do it. So we love being here with you guys. We love the partnership we have with you. So thank you for always thinking of us and having us out here. And I hope you guys keep going because it's my favorite podcast to listen to.
That's my wife's version. Mine is Travis Pastrana version. I'm going to jump out of the airplane with nothing and hope the guy comes in with the plane or the parachute or whatever as I'm flying.
I think that means I'm his plane or parachute.
Yeah.
I love it.
So also the exciting thing for North Platte, I got to add, there's so many things going on right now with the skate parks and the 308 and the packing plant. Just a lot of stores coming to the downtown and actually planning to build all over the mall area. It's so exciting to see the passion of the people right now. So everybody just ride the wave and try to be friendly and say hi and have a good day.
Yeah, these guys make a really great team.
Definitely. Well, whether you're a pizza lover like me or just looking for a fun night out with friends, Pizza Ranch has something for everyone. Jeff and Shae invite you to come visit their business in downtown North Platte and experience all they have to offer. As we conclude Season 2 of the Nebraska Bank Podcast, we hope our listeners have found our discussions enlightening and informative. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or simply interested in the latest happenings in our community, we hope our content has been of value. We are excited to witness the continued positive transformations within our community and would like to thank everyone involved in making this season a success. We're already looking forward to bringing you more inspiring stories on future seasons of the Nebraska Bank Podcast. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.